opportunity. Uncle Peter's Pancake has its inception in the year 2017 with two outlet presence in Goa and Bangalore. In just 5 years, it has expanded into 40 plus outlets across 15 cities. To discuss more on this, we have Mr. Akash Deep, co-founder, who add his value in making Uncle Peter's Pancake an unique and innovative brand. He is responsible for brand development across all outlets at Pan India level. I would request Akash to give us an overview into your journey so far and what are we going to offer through this insightful session. Over to you, Akash.
Yeah. Thanks, Alka. I'm glad to be here, part of this webinar today. So I'm thankful to Franchise Bazaar also for giving us an opportunity to present to everybody attending. Yeah. So talking about me, I am from Kolkata. I was up in Kolkata and I did my engineering in Bhubaneswar, following which I was placed in a company in Bangalore. And while I was here, within almost 6 to
Sorry to
8 months of...
Akash, somebody's
Yeah.
voice is not clear. We have to be a little bit louder. Pooja, if you can hear
Can
to us.
your voice is also break, but I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Am I audible now? Yeah. Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I completed my engineering and I came to Bangalore with a job in 2017. So after that, I was doing my job for around almost 8 to 10 months, but I got frustrated and I quit. So food was always my passion, always wanted to do something regarding food. So that is the time when I started looking for options regarding what I can do in the food industry. I was always interested towards a single product, multi-variation kind of a concept. Like, you have brands like Wow Momo, where you have Momo as the hero product, but you have different varieties. Similarly, you have Samosa Singh and all of these brands today. So similarly, I was looking at a product which would be which would have a single hero product, but would have multiple variations. And one fine day, I came across a pancake in a restaurant. So that was probably my first time having a pancake. And I liked it quite a bit. And then I started doing some research on it. And I actually started looking for other options in different places. But I was all that I was finding was either mini pancakes or just the basic pancakes with a maple syrup or a chocolate sauce. But I was not being able to find varieties. So that is when it struck me that, okay, this is such a huge product outside India. I mean, if you compare, it's almost equivalent to an idli dosa outside India. People have it for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. They have it throughout the day, and they have huge varieties. And it's not just a sweet product. They have savory varieties of pancakes and lots of other stuff as well. So it struck me that, why is such an interesting product not here in India? And I saw different brands. There were some brands back then, 99 Pancakes, Pancake Story, but they were actually doing the mini pancakes, the one that you make in the waffle kind of a maker. So those were not the authentic pancakes. So I thought, okay, let us try and bring an authentic pancake brand or authentic pancake flavor. So that's how it started. We started testing our products from Bangalore. We started doing food festivals and other things to see if people were actually liking the product or not. At that time, we had developed only 4 to 5 flavors. So during that time, we got really good feedback and people liked our product. So that is when we decided that, okay, now we can go ahead with it. At that point of time, I did not have an investor or somebody who would to partner up. When I met Sandeep, the other co-founder at Uncle Peter's Pancakes, from my cousin, I got his contact. Sandeep was actually already into the food business. He was doing corporate catering at that point of time in the name of Swat Foods, and he was actually also looking to switch into the retail part. So I pitched my idea to Sandeep, and he liked the idea. And I also needed somebody experienced from the food sector because I was also entering a new, domain altogether. And both of us, we started a cloud kitchen from Bangalore in India. Soon after that, we opened one store in Goa inside the BITS Pilani campus. Sandeep is from BITS Pilani, so we got a store there and we opened. So these two stores we were running for almost 6 7 months. It was mostly cloud kitchen only. With the Bangalore one, we were doing only deliveries at that point of time through Swiggy and Zomato. We got orders were not obviously that great, but we were getting very good feedbacks, and people were asking for us to, where are we placed, where can we come and dine in, and all of that. So that is when we decided, okay, we can go into a dine-in model. So in 2020, we first opened our first dine-in store in Nagar itself. But it that got shut down almost 10 days after opening. We opened early March
Oh, okay.
in 2020, closed because of COVID. But during COVID only, our delivery business picked up because in Bangalore, everybody was at home, people were ordering from home, and COVID actually helped establish our brand even more because people were ordering pancakes. We were getting a lot of repeat customers. And from then onwards, we got the confidence that, okay, we can, go ahead and expand this model. And we have never been in favor of loans and funding and all of that. So we decided that, okay, franchise model is one of those models, where we can at the same time, we don't directly have to get involved in the financial part, and we can raise and we can train on our own business. So in 2020, we developed the franchise. I gave out a franchise to one of my friend in Kolkata. That was the first franchise outlet, which opened in around November 2020. And that was also a cloud kitchen, and that had great feedbacks as well. For the first 6 months, we did not explore this model. We wanted to be very sure about what was happening with that outlet, the operations part, how to take care of the logistics, social media, everything, because we were at Bangalore, they were doing it at Kolkata. So once we were pretty sure that, okay, it's happening and the people are liking the food, and we are also being able to manage the franchise network, is when we started to expand the franchise network. In the meantime, we had also opened up another two company stores of our own. So basically, we had one cafe, one QSR, one kiosk, and one cloud kitchen, two cloud kitchens actually. So we got idea about all sorts of models, like what were the unit economics of each and every outlet and everything. So at that point of time, we were expanding mostly through cloud kitchens because the times were very uncertain. We did not know what would happen. But after the COVID got relaxed, we are currently more focused on the QSR system where you have a physical store. And right now, from 2021 till now, we have given around 40 franchise outlets, which is placed across 15 cities right now. And we are also expanding into Bangladesh. We have a deal of 10 outlets that has been signed in Bangladesh that would open during the course of the next one and so. Yeah, that is about mostly us and how our journey began and where we are today.
No, it was great. So the success story which you're mentioning, right? Starting from 27 and grew to 100 within such a small period of
Yeah,
time, it's itself is remarkable. Yes, so
yeah.
we are talking about pancake as a product. So
Yeah.
you tested and you gained confidence, got into the market, executed, and running successfully. So tell me that the if I look at this kind of a business specifically with this product, what is the foresee? How can we think of another 5 to 10 or maybe more than five, these 10 years into a similar kind of a business for others?
Yeah. Yeah, so basically the QSR segment in India is going to boom. It is already at
Yeah.
almost $170 billion market. It is in India right now, and it is estimated to grow 20% each year for the next 5 years at least, and come to around $450 billion market. And if you look into this QSR market in India, it is dominated by three to four players, five players who have around 50% of the market share. So if you see, there are Domino's, there's a Subway, and McDonald's, KFC, Burger King. These are the major QSR players in India currently. Now we have homegrown brands coming up, like your Belgian Waffle Company and your Biggie's Burgers, who are coming up with massive number of outlets. So the 50% segment, the unorganized segment, is the target. We can rapidly grow into this segment, and it has been proved by players that creating a segment and creating a category is possible in India. When you look at brands like Samosa Singh, nobody would ever think that a samosa can have so many outlets, so much sales. Talk about it, which was nowhere seen in India before the last 10 years. Now it has around, I think, 500
Yeah.
outlets. Similar story like Wow Momo and all of that. So this is the target audience, actually, the next generation crowd, the millennial crowd. This kind of food. People are now exploring different kind of food. It's not just that people are eating only biryani and the traditional food. Of course, they will have their space and they will continue to grow, but these are the segments that will grow. So if somebody is investing in the QSR segment, it is going to boom. I mean, be it Uncle Peter's Pancakes or any other QSR, the QSR segment in India is going to have a great boom. And we want to develop the brand in a way that we are one of the important players in this 50% of the unorganized market that's left to be, capitalized.
Great, great. So let's go to the next slide to understand more from Akashdeep in terms of what we are going to offer. Yes. So talking about the brand. So what are the core value which is being held in the market and which makes you different from others in terms of deliverables or whatever makes you different in the market? Over to you again.
Right. So basically, I mean, there's no point mentioning engineers behind the wheels, but the reason why we mention it is because both me and Sandeep, we are not inherently from the food background. We are not from a hotel management background or anything. But yes, we know how to make things work. And in terms of operations, in terms of software, in terms of everything, we are very strong. So that is why I've mentioned that point. One of the major reasons why we have been able to successfully operate is that we are operationally profitable. I mean, each and every store is profitable. We have around 40 stores, and from the beginning of 2018 till now, not even one single store has ever closed down. Be it through COVID or be it now, be it after operations, franchise outlet, own outlets, no stores have closed down. That's because we do the unit economics very well. If you're owning a franchise, you're required to submit as a profit and loss statement every month, so that we see that the outlet is actually doing in profits or not. Because at times what will happen, franchise owners, they don't have that much time. They will be having some other business or something else, and they might come up after 6 months, and they'll see their bank statements and they'll see that they have done a loss. So we don't want that to happen. Every month you are required to submit as a profit and loss sheet, so that we know what is going right, what is going wrong, whatever is going wrong, how do we fix it. And today's market, we cannot ignore online. No matter how many cons are there on online sales, commissions and marketing, all of that, but we cannot ignore it. Previously, when people were ordering once a month at home, that would be a huge occasion. Now it's like every day everybody is ordering at home. So after COVID, this market has developed, and it is going to develop over the next 10 years. So we are equally focused on online sales as well, not just offline sales. We are a national account on Swiggy and Zomato. In a very small, span of time, we have become a national account because we do huge amount of sales online as well. So if you open Swiggy today and open the categories of food that are available, they show this category: biryani, cakes, and all of those categories. So they have created a category called pancakes solely because we number of pancakes. So we have cracked that as well. It's important to focus both equal and online and offline. And most important is to maintain very consistent feedbacks. I mean, if
Correct.
you look at our outlets, they're very highly rated. We take feedbacks from customers. If there is a customer who has rated us bad, I mean, we cannot make everyone happy, but if they give some constructive feedback, which we feel that we can take into consideration, we never ignore that. We always take that into consideration. We have developed a very unique packaging strategy for online customers, so that they don't get messy food. I mean, in dine-in it's a different game. When we are going giving it to somebody through online platforms, they're probably getting it 1 hour later, so the food needs to be intact.
Hmm.
So all of these feedbacks we have taken in, and we constantly develop. And of course, like everyone says, customers are our biggest teachers, and we are constantly learning from them even today.
Yeah, because it's a repetition of business. It's a very very important. What I feel specifically, but since you have a lot of
Correct, yeah.
other competition, so a repetition of customer is something which is, I think, it's a key factor.
Exactly, exactly. And if I give you an example from Bangalore, we have around 10 hours. And if I go into Swiggy, Zomato sales, every month, 50 to 60% of our online orders are coming from repeat customers. If you
Great.
take an average in Bangalore, so we are taking, definitely it shows in the numbers. Yeah.
So I can see your core team, right? So
Yeah.
I would like to understand, you have already about your co-founder Sandeep Singh.
Yeah.
Tell me something more about the other team. How are they managing, and they have the different divisions to take care of.
Yeah, so basically, me and Sandeep, we are currently, heading this company. Sandeep takes care of the operations, logistics, and business related aspects, where I take care about the brand, about the menu, the innovative part, the marketing aspect, the franchise development. That part is taken care by me. So we have Ankita with us. She is a business development manager of ours, and she was a fresher 1.5 years back. We took her for an internship, but she turned out to be a very important part of our company right now, and she's taking care of a lot of things from business development to operations, and she's doing a lot of other stuff as well. And then we have Mr. Shamul. He takes care basically of the logistics parts and the supply part, because there are some raw materials that all over the country, the raw materials which are used in the store. So he basically takes parts of all the ordering, how to supply, and all of that. And then we have Adam. He is a French guy.
Okay.
He also started doing an internship with us, and we take in a lot of inputs from him regarding how pancakes are and how they are outside India, because he helps us a lot. Currently, he was in India right now, but currently he's working with us remotely from France. So this is our core team. We do have other important. Yeah, I mean, it was not possible to fit them in this slide, but yes, we have other people as well.
Great, great. So let's move to the next slide. Again, the success story which you mentioned, starting from 2018
Yeah,
to 23. So you
correct,
have presence of more than 40 outlets. I think you have already covered. Yes,
correct. Yeah.
I would like to interrupt you, Akashdeep. There are few queries which I can see. Thank you for your
Mhm.
beautiful message, Parth. And then Shrijan will definitely, I mean, we have more slides to cover during this live session. I would request you to stay connected to us and whatever the queries you have. I can pick your question right now. Your franchise business Insta ID. So Kashi, would you like to give a reply on it?
Yeah, it's Uncle Peter's Pancakes. So we have the Uncle Peter's Pancakes is the main Insta account. We have Instagram accounts for all cities and all outlets, but Uncle Peter's Pancakes is the primary account.
Yeah. So Shrijan, I would also request you to, send your queries along with your email address or your phone number so that we can be in touch with you to, take the discussion ahead if you would like to know opportunity for the today. Pooja, I think now voice is good. If you have a question related to, the franchisee detail, and would request you to stay connected and share your detail if you would like to know more about, opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next slide. Since you have already covered this, would you like to add anything in this slide?
No, I mean this just talks about how we are doing and what we are doing, things that we have already covered, and what we want to do in the future. So that's fine.
fine. So this is what I can see your menu, ranging from pancakes to
Yeah,
different beverages.
correct. Yeah.
So
So
how
this
many?
is this.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
yeah, please.
add more to the same in terms of how many types of pancakes and waffles do you have, crepes you have. So would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so these are majorly the categories that we have on the menu. Under these categories, we have several different varieties. Like in pancakes, you can see there's a category pancake stacks, there's a category filled pancakes. So basically, the pillars of our company has always been, inclusion. We want to do something that everybody else is not doing. At the same time, we don't want to be very unique. I mean, in today's world, there is a new trend of unique food, and in the name of unique food, we don't want to sell a chocolate pani puri. So we don't want to be that unique also. But at the same time, we want to have products which are the flavors should be known, but at the
Yeah,
same time, it's not available anywhere
yeah,
else. So pancakes, we have around 40 to 50 varieties of pancakes on the menu, but we don't keep all of them at the same time. We keep rotating the menu every year so that customers never get
yeah,
bored. We have a seasonal menu going on twice a year, and every season also those menu also changes. It's not like what's going on this year the same thing will be repeated, so all of those things are also taken care of. In terms of waffles also, yes, of course, waffles is already a huge market in India, and we do have some best selling products which other brands also have, but in that also we have a segmentation where we serve fresh fruit waffles and all of these waffles, the type of food that you get outside India. It's not usually available in stores here. Of course, I won't say it's not available. There might be available in some of the stores in one or two numbers, singular numbers, but not as a category. And in crepes, we have sweet crepes as well as savory crepes. We don't want to be, only a sweet kind of a brand that people prefer only during a dessert or anything. We
yeah,
want to be, and that's why we cover sandwiches, fries, and burgers, all of that as well. And one of the major segment of our menu is the all day breakfast. We have a huge all day breakfast menu, and then we cover cold beverages and hot beverages like hot chocolate and all of that. So basically, when you talk about pancake as a product, people would relate pancakes to a dessert product, kind of sweet, but we never identify ourselves as a dessert brand. We would rather call ourselves a breakfast brunch, and the desert is a major segment of our menu. We focus on that, but it's not just a desert brand. Desert brand means it's going to run only during the weekends or only during the night time after people have had food, but it's not the case. We have our rush hours on online is mostly 8 to 12. I mean, people
yeah.
order huge amount of stuff for breakfast as well. So yeah, this is more about our menu. The menu is very unique. I mean, we keep changing the menu every year. The menu changes, something new comes in, something old goes out, and that's how we want to be relevant. And we want to bring in stuff that people won't get anywhere else. So in case you have liked our food and you want to experiment the same food else, don't have that option. You have to come back to us.
Great, great.
Yeah.
So in a way, you have created a monopoly for yourself.
Yeah,
Great.
I
So
mean,
yes,
we're trying to.
yeah. So yes, we talked about everything of your company, right from inception, how you have been running, and then the different menu options do you have. So let's discuss about the models. So since it's a franchisee opportunity, so we are going to speak
Correct.
about different models under the three different pattern. What I can see, from kiosk to QSR and finally cafe. So
Correct.
I
Yeah.
I had you to give me more understanding.
Yeah. So basically, right now we're working in a franchise owned, franchise operated model, but it's almost as close as possible to a FOCO, a franchise owned company
Okay.
operated model. Why? Because from manpower, we hire the manpower for you. We do the training for you. We help you scout the locations. We help you, we finalize the vendor for you from where you will be buying local raw materials. We send you our raw materials, which are, unique to the brand. Then when there is a staff, food industry has a problem with staff attrition. So when there's a staff going out of your store, we again can replace your staff whenever, how much ever time you need training, we will be doing that. We take care of the software, we take a profit and loss sheet every month. So basically, the owner of, it's a FOFO, yes, of course, a franchise operated, but the guidelines are so strong that it's as good as the company operating the outlets. I mean, you don't have to put a lot of brain. We'll give you a lot of guidelines. Yes, on field you're the person taking care, so you have to follow those guidelines. You have to, work according to those. If you're not working, any business can fail. I mean, it's not a franchise business, your own business. Be it a KFC, it can also fail if the owner is not taking care of the business. So that is why we have created a strong network. Each and every product on the menu has an SOP. Each and everything has a SOP, so that it's very easy for people to operate these outlets, because we understand that either people do not have experience, that's why they're taking the franchisee,
Yeah, yeah.
or they don't have time on brands, so that's why they're taking a franchisee. So in either case, standardization is extremely important, and that's the reason why we have you know standardized things to a huge extent. So we have right now basically models that we want to work with: a kiosk or a cart, a QSR, and a cafe model. Our primary focus right now is in the QSR and kiosk model. Why? Because investment model and the sales potential is a lot higher. Now, this is a premium product. I mean, the customer segment is a very premium customer segment. I mean, we are not targeting everybody out here. So our locations need to be really good. I mean, we cannot be in an inside location and expect heavy footfall in our stores. That is one of the tough realities. And with good location comes the problem of high rental. So, people at times think that, okay, I cannot pay such high rental for a new brand, or I cannot pay high rental for a pancake brand which is not so popular. And that is the reason why we are focusing on kiosk and QSR. These are the two models that we want to put in high footfall areas like malls, airports, food courts, and all of these places. So rentals will be high. So, but the thing is that our food cost is pretty low. I mean, if you look at the overall food cost in pancakes, it comes to around 25%. So basically, you have a huge gross margin on the product. So even if the rent is high, you don't need to do a huge amount of sales to do break even. So even if you are doing, say, around 2 to 2.5 lakhs from a kiosk or a QSI, you would do a monthly operational break even. So these are the two models which we want to focus on right now. And as you can see, the investment is very competitive. It's on the lower side as compared to what the industry standard is right now. And this investment, of course, does not include the rental deposit. That is something which you have to take extra, and would definitely have to keep 2 to 3 months operational expenses with you. So ideally, we do an operational break even in 2 to 3 months in a high footfall area. If it's a great area, we can do operational break even in even a month also. But ideally, we want to keep 3 months of buffer money with us. And in terms of sales, there are some outlets in India who are doing massive sales. I mean, as good as 18 to 20 lakhs a month. But those are the best case scenarios. We don't work with the best case scenarios. So we take a target that each and every outlet should at least do 5 to 6 lakhs of sales. If they do 5 to 6 lakhs of sales, they would be achieving a profit percentage of around 25% every month. So that is what we want to target initially, that whenever we are opening an outlet, we touch that 5 to 6 lakhs mark as early as possible. And after that, of course, food business needs time. There is something organic growth as well. People need to know, repeat customers need to come, but that is a later stage. If you are profitable, you don't worry about all of those things. Initially, we want to reach that 5 to 6 lakhs mark.
Great, great. Now we have a
Yeah.
good understanding in terms of if somebody is investing, what is the timeline they have to to get their money back. Great.
Yeah. So basically, see, if you're looking at a 9 lakh, again, I'm not taking into consideration the rental deposit. Deposits will vary from place to place and model to model. But if you're looking at the investment that goes, or say another 10 to 12 lakhs of investment. So if you're touching 5 lakhs or 4 months, then basically, if you take the fourth month as the first month, then 1 to 1.5 lakh profits for another 10 to 12 months, they would be doing a break even. But all of that said, it is very important that we do in the right location. What I'm saying is not applicable if
Yes,
we
yes,
open in any random location.
yes.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Location plays a very crucial role.
Yeah, in food, location is extremely important. People think that okay, if I go just one lane next to the high footfall lane,
Hmm.
people are coming in that lane anyway. They will find and come here to save 10,000 or 20,000 rent. But that doesn't happen. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, it is
they
not.
want to be where the stores are.
Hmm. Correct, correct, correct. Fine. So let's move to the next slide. Yes. So so when you say that you provide these, right, you get involved in the every kind of the setup and everything. So can I understand the whole of hand holding in terms of support what you provide to your
Yeah,
franchisees?
correct. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, we want to do everything for the owner. I mean, we from starting the store to operating it, we want to do everything. So we give full setup support. Setup support includes, helping them find the location, helping them talk to the brokers. If we are talking about malls and airports, they won't be talking to franchise owners. They want to talk to the brand. So we would be doing the negotiation and everything and giving them the space. Then we will give them a 3D layout of that space, how the space should look and all of that. Then we will give them the vendors who will do their internal setup and everything. Again, we do not do the setup from our side. I mean, there's a lot of outlets who, take a bulk amount and they do the setup, but we don't do it. If you can do it for cheap from any way, any vendor, we don't have a problem in that. So the entire setup thing is taken
Okay.
care by us. Licensing, social media comes later probably. So we help the owners, get the licenses, the food license, GST, whatever is required to run a food business, and then they want to get, onboarded with Swiggy and Zomato. So, like I said, we are national account, so Swiggy Zomato onboarding also takes a day or two for us. We do all of that. Then comes the raw material at what cost, because inventory is a major part, in most important part in food business. If you're buying stuff for, at a higher price, or if you're not buying in bulk, you will lose out a lot of money. So we set the vendors for them. There are some stuff that you have to get from local vendors, and that we set up for them. We only do the negotiations on the price and everything, and things that will come from Bangalore, of course, comes from Bangalore. And then we do the staff hiring as well. We try and take out people from the similar industry who have similar experience in this kind of a work, and then we do a full-fledged training for them. The training is done once at Bangalore at our training center, and then it is again done at the site where our trainer will go and start the store. And once the store is started, growth, we do a lot in terms of growth. Growth is not just marketing and social media. Growth is a lot to do with operations and what you have to do in a food business. So we give you all the guidelines. The owner is trained regarding what should be the do's and don'ts in the food business. And we do a lot of data analysis, like which item is selling the most, how much inventory are you keeping for that. Are you should not be keeping inventory for items which are not selling so much. So all those data analysis we do every month. You're supposed to give us a monthly profit and loss sheet. So this is what makes us keep grasp of what is happening at your store as well. So that helps eventually. The brand also helps. The franchise owners also makes a profitable amount. Operational support, of course, this is one of the major things which we need. Of course, 24/7 is an exaggeration, but yeah, we are there to support system. Any support, anything, usually get it resolved within 24 to 48 hours. We have a support system for that. And like I said, it's very important to be relevant. What is today, they might not like tomorrow. The market is very fast moving with new products, new everything, competition coming in. So we constantly do market study of what is going on, who is doing what. We see if people are bringing in pancakes, what pancakes are they bringing in, how can we make it better. So like for example, this Biscoff thing, now it's very popular. The Biscoff spread like Nutella is very popular. But when the Biscoff thing started coming to India, we were one of the places that started selling Biscoff products, and we were covered by Lifestyle is the only 5 brands in India selling. So we want to be updated with what are the
Yeah.
trends and what people want, and accordingly we do according to the needs. So it's not like the menu that you have today; it's the same menu after 5 years as well. So it keeps changing. So these are the few things that we do for our partners. And of course social media is also there. We give you social media support, what kind of post you need, talking to bloggers, the what marketing strategy. Instagram is also changing every day. The algorithms are changing, everything is changing. So how you need to do the marketing, everything we help you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, so it has what I understand from Akash that they have a 360 kind of a support in terms of where to start, how to start, making the infrastructure ready, pre-opening support, post-operation support, marketing support, so all these things. So I can see the timelines which
Correct. Yeah.
from day one a person decides and within 45 days you give a launch. So
Yeah.
I am quite keen to know more in detail about the same.
Yeah, so basically, when a lead contacts us, our team gets in touch with them. We give them all the data that they want, all that they want to see. If you want to see other outlets, people are very keen on seeing what other outlets are doing. We don't have any problem, good or bad. We are ready to show. We are ready to be transparent. So once all of that is in place, we want to, sign gives us the confidence, willing to go ahead, because we cannot
Yes.
not keep doing research and unless we have the conviction from that side. So once we have this
Yeah.
thing that okay, this person wants to go ahead, we do the LOI signing with the token amount, which is again a refundable amount, unlike a lot of other brands who take the money you
Oh,
back. So this is a refundable amount. So once that is
okay.
signed, we start doing the market research that okay, if suppose somebody is wanting to open in Mumbai or Bangalore, which areas can we target, what are the stores there, and also we give them a report that these are the areas according to our where we feel the brand will do well, and then starts the location hunting. So the location hunting of course takes place in both ways. The client can also look for locations. If it's a mall and all, of course we only have to do the negotiation and everything. So once that is done, we usually want to start make the once the store is finalized and everything. So from the day the store is signed, the store is finalized, we want to launch the store in another 20 to 25 days. So that is how lose, because everywhere they'll give you a 1 month period for setting. Don't want to extend it beyond that and pay rent from our pockets or staff salary from our pockets. When the store is being done, then manpower, we do the kitchen set and everything, so that when the store is ready within 2 to 3 days, our staff, our training guy will reach that location and we can have the opening.
Sure, sure. It's quite clear also, it's
Yeah.
mentioned. Great, great Akash. Let's move to the next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, a success story. I can see that there are lots. So you can
Yeah.
pick one and you can give me an overview of your success
Yeah.
story.
So if you see that all outlets are rated pretty good, both
Yeah.
on online and online.
More than four.
Our Yeah, yeah. So if you see offline, I'll take one or two examples. Our Uncle Peter's Pancakes India Nagar, which is the oldest outlet. So that is currently the highest rated outlet in Bangalore. So I'm talking about the entire Bangalore. It's rated 4.8, even after almost close to 1,500
Wow.
ratings on Google. And after three and a half years, we hardly receive any bad ratings. If you talk about Ahmedabad, that's a veg only outlet. That was a challenging market for us, so that also has close to 500 ratings, averaging at 4.8. Online, of course, the ratings cannot be so high because sometimes customers will get cold food or there will be spillage. Not everything is in our control in online. So but still we have very high ratings. There are outlets rated more than 2,000, 4,000, 10,000 ratings on them. So yes, again, like I said before, we take into consideration this rating part a lot because this is what people see
Yes.
before coming to your store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Great. Great. So let's see what is stored in the next slide. Yeah. This is again, the awards and the media coverage. So
Yeah. These we have been lucky enough to be featured by a lot of big organizations like Curly Tails and GQ India, Lifestyle Asia, and all the NDTV Food, and you know these are also, a lot of brands do it by paying money. That is also an option, but till now we have not paid a single rupee for any feature or anything. These are all organic. So this year, 2 months back, we had the Coca-Cola F&B Virtuoso Awards in Bangalore, where we won the award for the rising star, the brand which is rising the most in terms of the numbers. And we, if you can see, we were, you know, nominated among Mock Foods, which is a Shark Tank brand, the Hagen Dazs, which is a very premium gourmet ice cream brand. So we were nominated across three categories, and we won the prize in the award. So yeah, we have bagged some award. We'll do even better.
Yeah. So this is a message for the viewers to please put in a query, since we are doing live. So whatever the queries we have the co-founder. So you will
Yeah,
get an answer here. During the live session itself. So please put your queries so that we will be able to answer here. The stores. So you mentioned that you have a lot of presence in the market, right, at a pan
yeah.
India level. So this is how it is going to look like, correct?
Yeah, so I mean, it's not fixed. We see the market, and then we decide. So, like, a Core Mangla in Bangalore deserves a very premium looking store, so we have a premium looking store. If it's a mall, we don't need to, have that good looking store, because anyway people are coming. So it depends on the area. We have few fixed formats in which we want to work. We'll share it with the investor, whichever they also can put forward their suggestions. We are open to taking that as well.
Sure. Yes, let's have a next slide. Yeah. So social
Yeah.
media. So that's how you engage on the different platforms with your friends.
Correct, yeah. So this is basically, I think, an old, old creative. So we have on the basic Uncle Peter's Pancakes, the company-owned page. We have around 14,000 followers right now, and we want to be relevant. The millennial, the next generation, is on social media. We want to give them food that they want to take a picture before they eat. So we try and do that. Everybody almost posting on social media, or not, irrespective of that, they want to take a photo of the food. So that is very important. That has become very important nowadays, to be relevant on social media, because this is what matters, because we spend so much time on Instagram and Facebook every day. So a brand that comes up every now and then with innovative kind of food and everything are the brands that are going to do.
Correct. Great. Yeah. So let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So yes. So since we are doing the live session, right? So few of the brand owners you have worked with, right? The brand
Yeah.
franchisee owners. So I would like to pick one to two such examples. So they are happy. They want to continue with you. They would like to start the second or a third outlet. So do you have success stories?
You're getting inquiries for people who want to do more outlets with us. Of course, we are not very old in the franchising thing. We are all only 3 years old, but we have started getting inquiries from the existing owners who want to do so. Nischay is one of those examples who he opened his store in Lucknow. That was one of the very first stores that we opened, and then he has signed for another two outlets with us. So he'll be having a total of three outlets in Lucknow, and he has left his job permanently and he has moved to Lucknow. He was an IT guy. He has permanently moved to Lucknow now. The second store setup is going on, so he will be taking up total of three stores. Like, he did not want anybody else to have Uncle Peter's Pancakes in Lucknow, so he wanted to do that. So he is one of those examples. Then we have a guy in Pondicherry. We opened up a store in Pondicherry that it was around 400 square feet. Yeah, so this is the guy. So he had a huge crowd. We If you know anybody who goes to Pondicherry can see this store. It's right next to your Hope Cafe and all of those cafe arts and all of those popular places. So it's always packed. There's a 1 to 1.5 hour line outside. So he's opening up a 4,000 square feet space with Uncle Peter's Pancakes. in Pondicherry itself. So yeah, so these are some of our success stories. I mean, we did not get a store so big in Pondicherry, so we have leased out a constructing the store out there. So these are some of the success stories. Yeah, if you look at Rahul, he's a
Yeah.
very young guy from Indore. He is only, I think now he's 23 years old, but he's been handling Peters Pancakes on his own. So this is an example that, the kind of support and hand holding that we do, even if you're new, if you're old, if you're young, if you're working, you don't have time, or you have a lot of time, doesn't matter. But we will be guiding you so that you can run your outlet well. I mean, there would be challenges, definitely. Yes, there are challenges in every location, but we take care of them. I mean, nothing can there are no challenges that cannot be taken care of for us right now.
Hmm. Great, great. Fine. So after the success story from their existing partners, uh, yes. So any question, Shirijan, do you have in this regard, or any location what you are preferring to start, or any Basapa? Do you
So
have any question? So then, Pooja, if you have a question, please put your question with your email address so that we can be in touch with you. Yes. So we are on the verge of completing this live session. Thank you for all the viewers who are listening to us and
yeah,
who remain with us during the live session.
yeah,
Um,
you can get in touch with me or anybody from our company on LinkedIn or on my personal number. You'll get my mail ID and all everything on the website.
or they
And
can always, since it's a platform, here also they can put their inquiries, or they can.
correct, correct. They can redirect it through Franchise Bazaar, and they can let us know about the inquiries like we have been
Yes.
working. So either way, you guys can get in touch with us.
Yes, yeah. So this is you can always contact on the number mentioned, which is 9822223200. Visit franchisebazaar.com to come to know about Uncle's Peter's. It's already listed on our website. And apart from Uncle's Peter's Pancake, we have the other brands. So you can also filter your requirement in terms of investment and then location. You can search your brand, which is as per your expectation. Akash, so much of thank you for you to be a part of this live session and giving us the overview of your journey and all the important information from the franchisee point of view. So
No
that's
problem. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you. On this note, I'm ending up this session. Thank you once again.